A very tough few months for Korea. Now, we are going to stay with domestic politics. Less than 2 weeks ago, President Moon signed his first executive order, establishing a presidential committee on job creation. And as of this morning, the president's main office has a display showing the nation's employment situation around the clock. President Moon had pledged during his election campaign that he will personally monitor the bulletin board on a daily basis, getting updates on data, including the number of jobs created and key economic indicators in real time. During a demonstration of the board, which you're looking at now, President Moon once again stressed that the government needs to fix the job market, saying it's a systematic failure that's causing the ongoing youth unemployment here in South Korea. The presidential office of Cheong Wa Dae says it plans to make the data on the employment situation board public so people can check it on their computers or mobile devices.